Yeah, good morning and welcome to the Magic Millions for day 2 of the 2024 yearling sale. What a fantastic day we have got in store for you. There could be some big money flying around the ring a little bit later on, and the weather has certainly turned itself on for day 2 as the whole of the racing community here in Australia joins us for what's going to be an exciting day. We're going to preview day 2 very, very shortly. We're also going to recap some of the highlights from day 1, and if you're watching this on Sky Racing 1 or the Sky Racing Active app or the Tab app, make sure you tune in throughout the day. We will be appearing on not only Sky 1 but also Sky 2 this afternoon. We're really looking forward to bringing you as much of the action as possible. The Managing Director for the Magic Millions is right beside me, Barry Bowditch. Barry, day 1 done and dusted. Great to be here for day 2, and if really the tone has been set from yesterday, we're in for some fireworks today.
Yeah, absolutely. Great day yesterday, and looking forward to how today begins. But I think as the afternoon goes on, it'll get very, very strong out there, and a few fireworks. Yesterday,
you must be happy with how it all unfolded. It started early, and we touched on this yesterday when we reviewed it. The fact that the filly by I'm Invincible out of Outback Barbie, which you were quite close with getting here at the sale from the Acton family, stays in Queensland, but also as well the emergence of Tiakau, again using this particular sale as a platform for their success.
Yeah, no, fantastic. He's a great supporter of the sale, David Ellis. He's had huge results out of the sale. I think his success would be second to none for the number of horses he's bought here. So it was great to have him step in, and he really had an effect on that colt market yesterday. And as I say, to have $2 million lots in the first 20, it really set the scene for a strong day selling.
We've seen plenty of great sires come through in the years, but really one for the history books is I'm Invincible. What he continues to do year on year out, produce these incredible horses, and to a degree, I mean, he's getting good mares, but also the ability to upgrade these mares is just extraordinary.
He's changed so many people's lives, not just the Mitchells, all the people that own breeding rights in him, the small breeders that supported the stallion when he stood at 10,000, and now he's at 300,000, and you can't get a spot in him. It's been an extraordinary story, and he throws type after type, and that's what they love in the sales ring. They're good looking horses, but not only that, they go on the racetrack, and they're exceptional athletes.
Yeah, the top lots, of course, yesterday he has his fingerprints all over. And do you think he's going to have the same effect when it comes to day 2?
I think he'll have a good day, but I think Snitzel's in really good shape today, so no, we'll see, but Vinny will have a solid sale the whole day, whole week through. He always does.
Gee, they're solid types. I mean, here you can see on screen, this was lot 19 yesterday, 1.3 million. It's amazing what this horse has done for our breeding here in Australia, and even the internationals have cottoned on now.
Yeah, they're strong bodied, they're rich bay in colour, most of them. They've got good quality heads, and they move well. They're just athletes. They're easy on the eye, and we've been selling Vinnies up here for plenty of money for years now, and I can't see that changing anytime soon.
He's just an absolute marvel, and we're going to see more of him today. What about the overall results of yesterday? You were so wrapped, obviously, with the clearance. The average, you were bang on. When we spoke on Sydney Radio throughout the course of the build-up to it, you said there's going to be an average median around that 200, between 200 and 300, and that's just the way it's played out. The market's so strong for every lot.
Yeah, I think, we've set the market now. A $280,000 average, a median of 210, which is fantastic. Our gross is up some almost $10 million on last year. I know we've offered some 25 horses more, but a clearance rate of 85% for day 1's great. And generally speaking, and I don't want to put the mock on it, but the clearance rate generally continues to improve, and we'll strive to go towards 90. But we've got a huge volume of horses to get through here, so I think any buyer out there, whether you're looking to buy a small share or a horse on its own, there's still a lot of value to be found.
Mate, there's no other industry, and look, I'm quite prepared to be informed otherwise, but you can tell me one other industry that can shift $43 million worth of stock at nearly 85% in a day. It's extraordinary, and what we've got in store for us today is huge. There's a couple of big lots which you think are going to create a bit of interest today.
Yep, there are. I think today is a big day for the sale. I think it's a big day for Sejuno, and in particular John and Deb Camilleri, they're Fairway Thoroughbreds. Obviously, they bred Winx, that we sold here, Vancouver, who we sold here. They've got 2 colts of ultimate significance in my mind. First one being lot 350, the Snitzel colt out of the Stakes Perform Man Warranty. He is the ultimate athlete. He's a beautiful looking horse. He's got loads of quality. He's been extremely well raised, and you can see him there on the screen now. He's got the swagger. He's got the rock star looks, and I'll be surprised if he's not hitting the boards at a big number later today.
Yeah, isn't he a lovely type? And I mean, we talk how good about I'm Invincible, but gee, Schnitzel. I mean, this is a horse that has always had his fingerprints all over Magic Millions.
Yeah, he began his career here when we sold him for some 220 or 30,000, but he had the Golden Slipper winner last year. He's been a proven stallion for over a decade now, and this colt is every bit as good as any Schnitzel that's ever walked on our grounds, in my opinion.
What about lot 301? A really interesting horse. So this is the colt by Wooton Bassett from Greenville Stud and their draft from Tasmania.
Yep, he's caught a boat and a float to get here. So
yeah.
he's come a long way, this horse. He's a beautiful horse. I think he's an athletic Wooton Bassett. Wooton Bassett is an outstanding sire in the Northern Hemisphere in Europe, and this horse is a half brother to think about it. So obviously our Everest winner, our Stradbroke winner from last year. Athletic horse. The McCulloch family are great supporters of Magic Millions. They're a big breeder in Tasmania. For them to bring 3 horses up here, it's a huge ask. But to have a colt like this on the grounds, we're delighted to be able to market the horse for them, and we're excited to see how he goes later on this afternoon.
That's exciting, and just shows, I guess, the national reach of the sale here. I mean, we sometimes think about breeding in this country being centred in certain parts of Queensland or the Hunter Valley, and here we have a horse that's been raised and born there at the Apple Isle, and he's going to go for some big money. There's another one I wanted to mention as well, the Too Darn Hot. You mentioned the Camilleries, A Time for Julia, lot 392, again, has a lot of scope about it.
Oh, he's a beautiful horse.
Yeah.
When I saw him in the paddock there in September, he was one of the best looking horses we saw all inspections. He's out of a outstanding mare in A Time for Julie that Peter Moody trained. Too Darn Hot was the ultimate racehorse in the Northern Hemisphere. We sold his first yearlings here last year. He's got the favourite in the debut fillies race here on Saturday in Too Darn Lizzie.
Yep.
This colt himself, obviously, he's been well raised at Saginaw Stud by Peter O'Brien and his team. Bred by one of Australia's best breeders in Fairway Thoroughbreds, John and Deb Cavalieri. And again, he's just the ultimate athlete. And I don't know how much this horse can make, but by God, I think he's absolutely beautiful, and I've heard plenty of people talking about wanting to buy him, so I'm excited by him.
That's very exciting. And the other horse, I guess, that's exciting for us, because when you look at a football team and you see superstar names, you know you're going to get something special. And when you look at the page here, you've got 2 superstars, I'm Invincible and Arcadia Queen. That in itself sells it.
Oh, he's got to be one of the number 1 seeds on pedigree, if nothing else. And he's a good-looking horse. He's a big, strong animal. He looks like he's gonna continue to mature. He's going to be a beast of a 3-year-old in my mind. Big, strong, athletic horse. A bit like his mother. She was a big, strong mare, obviously raced by Bob Peters. We sold the mare here for $3.4 million, and a beautiful animal.
With these type of horses, I must ask, because your team has seen these horses at the farm, you've pretty much seen them grow up, like kids into that young man or young woman. How much difference do you find from the farm to now that you're seeing just in your eye with some of these big lots?
Yeah, well, we see them for the first time in July, August, September, and they're in their pajamas and they're kids that are just running around the paddock. So we assess them, then we look at their pedigrees and work out which ones we think we can do a great job on. Obviously, the vendors have got a fair idea on what they believe will work here, and then to see them start their preparation and kind of become teenagers, it's pretty cool. And as you see, these horses, they're beautiful. They're some of the best raised and best looked after animals anywhere in the world, and they're here on show for what we believe is a great market.
What about, just to recap some of your top lots, so obviously lot 301, and we will be obviously broadcasting a majority of the lots today, so you'll be able to catch it on, as I said, Sky Racing 2, Sky Racing Active, and also the Tab app. And you can also jump on the Magic Millions website if you feel like getting the checkbook out, or they still do the check. Is that still, or is it all digital? We'll make it work.
Call the office and get involved. That's all I say.
You can follow the coverage all day though on the Magic Millions website as well. So it was lot 301, the Wooton Bassett colt, the Schnitzel colt 350, 392 Too Darn Hot, and 442 the I Am Invincible. The international flavour as well, I just wanted to mention, because we had obviously COVID, which we all recognise was difficult for all industries, but they're back now. There's a lot of people from around the world here, and some of these horses we're going to see leave Australia, and that international flavour of Magic Millions will travel.
Yeah, we had Americans, Europeans, the Japanese, the Hong Kong buyers, New Zealand, all buying here yesterday. So it's great to have our international guests back. And, obviously they love being here on the Gold Coast, and we look forward to entertaining them over the week.
What about yourself? How did you pull up personally? I mean, we've talked about these horses, but how did the managing director pull up after day one?
No, I pulled up pretty well. Had a little bit of Chinese and got to bed. Had a little rest
succulent
last.
Chinese meal.
Exactly right. A little bit of Peking duck out there. And look, we're looking forward to getting back into it today. There's no rest for the wicked, and we've got a lot of buyers here we need to entertain and ensure they're having a great time, and that's all part of what we do here at Magic Millions.
Well, that's the pre-game. That is the pre-game chat. Now we're going to see how the game unfolds, and we'll chat with Barry Badish this afternoon on the coverage to recap some of those big lots and also a few surprises, because it always happens. Sometimes something just jumps out of the ground, and it'll be looking forward to reviewing all that. Have a great day for you and your team, mate.
No, thanks, Dave.
We're going to take a quick break here on Sky Racing 1. We're on the Magic Millions preview show. We've just looked at some top lots, and we're going to chat very soon with a very special guest. She was inducted into the Magic Millions Hall of Fame up here on the Gold Coast earlier this week. Denise Martin from Star Thoroughbreds is next. It is a beautiful part of Australia, and the racing community are here in their droves, as they always are each year. Hello and welcome back to day 2 of the Magic Millions. This is our preview show live on Sky Racing 1. We've just spoken with Barry Bowditch about the top lots, of course, the managing director. Now it's time to chat to one of the stars of the game from Star Thoroughbreds, Denise Martin. She was in full swing yesterday buying some lots, and also had a very special start to the week, getting inducted to the Magic Millions Women's Hall of Fame. Denise, great to see you on the Gold Coast as always. You love this event, and you've really made it one of your own, haven't you?
Yes. Over a long time now I've been coming here, and we've had great success with some of our absolute superstar horses bought from this sale, so it's a must come to.
What do you love about it? Because we see time in and time again you've had success at this meeting, so it's obviously very dear to you in the racetrack type of thing, but your clients seem to enjoy it. You come here in your droves. What's it about the Gold Coast in summer?
Well, great horses and great racing, rich racing. Prize money's enormous. We've had tremendous success over the years from here with, as I said, some of our best ever horses, and it's an exhilarating place to be. Successful horses, high quality racing, and hopefully finding the next generation of superstars.
You have had some great success here. Obviously, Dryfontein comes to mind. I loved your warhorse Thesio when he came here, and I think he won a Magic Millions Cup over 1,400 metres with Nash Rawiller in the saddle with a big weight.
Well, it was after EI.
Yes.
And the Magic Millions Carnival at that time was in March, not in January, and Nash rode him to win, as you said, the 1,400 metre race here, and he said, this horse is going places. I guess at the time I didn't realise how far, 5 Group 1s, but wow. He was one of our best horses.
I mean, Star Thoroughbreds were quite active yesterday at the Sale Denise, so you got 2 very nice lots. Lot 175 was a filly by Wooton Bassett. We just saw some vision of a Wooton Bassett going around today. He's throwing some lovely horses, this horse from the Northern
horses.
Hemisphere.
They're very much in demand. They're difficult to buy, but he's a quality individual, and he's had tremendous success overseas, and I think the feeling is he'll do extremely well here. We were really delighted to buy her for $250, which, at the end of the day, I know was expensive, expensive buy. But in terms of what the average of the sire, brought yesterday, she was a wonderful buy.
Yeah.
And then very late in the afternoon, we bought a Spirit of Boom.
Yes.
And we're going to make her a girls-only horse.
Oh, fantastic.
Because she seems a very early running individual. And I just said to the breeder, we were going to go to 300. And then when I saw that, I mightn't buy for that, I said, I'm going to go the extra mile, and so we bought it for 310, and she's a lovely filly. She rated very highly with our team.
Yeah.
So delighted to buy her.
I wanted to touch on that, and obviously here is that filly, the Spirit of Boom, the early type, running around $310,000. That's a lot of money. So how do you rate these horses when it comes to, it must be difficult, and I ask this to all the people that are purchasing, because you fall in love with them. They're animals and they look beautiful, but you have to have a ceiling, don't you?
Yes.
You can't pay overs. You've got to get a good deal, and I think you've got a good deal with that.
Well,
filly.
look, we work with Brett Howard from Randwick Bloodstock, who's a specialist at yearling selection. I've worked with him now for a lot of years, and he looks at the horses at the farms for me to decide which we should be trying to buy. And all of us loved this filly. She rated an A for Brett, which is the highest rating he gives. Chris's vet thought she was fantastic. So I didn't want to leave without her. She got to 300, and Brett said, I think that's enough. And I said, I can't bear to go home without her. And 310 bought her.
And 310. And in your time, has that happened a lot, where you've just gone that little bit extra and you've got them?
Well, look, Sebring was a pass-in. And when I said to the vendor, I'll give you 125, a long time ago now, he said, no, I want 150. And I said, well, George, you didn't get 150. So eventually we negotiated 130, and he earned 30 million. So that was a very good buy.
It was a bargain.
But you've got to always put a price on what you think is reasonable for the horse.
We're joined with Denise Martin from Star Thoroughbreds. Denise, it was a special start to the week here at the Magic Millions. There was a big function to celebrate women in racing, and even in your time in racing, from when you've started to now, it must make you very proud to see so many more women, not only in the breeding game, but the syndicating game, and also too racing media. It's fantastic, and to be honoured alongside Gay Waterhouse there in that Hall of Fame must be one of your proudest moments.
Oh, look, Dave, it was just amazing. When I was asked a month ago if I'd accept a nomination for consideration to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, I said, well, very proudly. But I had no idea that, there were going to be two winners, and there we were. Great associates. We had a long time together, and, we loved our association. It was spectacular. So it was really very, very special to be inducted alongside Gay as the inaugural, inductees in the Magic Millions Racing Women's Hall of Fame.
And there's one moment that stands out for mine when it comes to Star Thoroughbreds and the Magic Millions. It has to be Invincibella. And there's something special about watching the past, unfold before your eyes. And here she is out in the middle in those beautiful colours, the purple with the white stars. That looks like Hubert Bowman on board with the blinkers. And doesn't she just attack the line?
Oh, she was fantastic. She was everybody's favourite. She was a lovely mare, high-quality mare, and every rider said she was just a pleasure, to ride. So winning 3 Magic Millions mares races was indescribable, but we're here to try and find another one. Exactly
right. Well, you might have some fun on Saturday. How are the pre-race nerves when it comes to Cryosaur with the 3-year-old guineas? Because it's an important race for you, this, because if you can win it, you can book a ticket to Melbourne as well.
To the All-Star Mile, yes. Well, look, he's been a bit of a revelation. We bought him really to race out of our Chris's Queensland stable, and then he just continued to raise the bar. His win in the Group 2 at Randwick at the end of October was really special, $1 million race, and now here he is, one of the favourites for $3 million race here on the Gold Coast. And people say, why do you like buying on the Gold Coast? Well, when there were $3 million races a couple of years down the track, you're happy to be here.
That's exactly right.
So he's in it, I think, with a major chance.
I think he is. Here's his Vo Rogue run. This is over the 1350 at Doomben, and he was very good in the Star Thoroughbred colours here. You can see him here just tracking into the race. He's following the Kendrick horse, and look, once I actually love the way he puts his head out and he wants to stretch his neck and he wants to find the line, Denise.
Jimmy Orman said this day, he just loomed as the winner, first up after a couple of months, and just seemed to peak on his run at about the 80-metre mark, and he ran second. So hopefully this Saturday with James McDonald aboard, we're hoping for one better. And it'd be thrilling if we could win the 3-year-old guineas. It's great,
Yeah.
great group of owners. Some of them have been with me a long time, and we're excited that he's there.
And just on him, how much was he to purchase?
$115,000.
$115,000. So whilst we talk about some of the big lots that are going to go around at the Magic Millions today, it is also the smaller fish, price-wise, that can be the ones that you can have a lot of fun with, and you know that from being involved with the syndication game.
Well, I bought him because his mother's a sister to a really good horse I had some years ago called Religify, and he won 13 races and just on 900,000. So, I thought if we can buy a nice horse to race in Queensland, he'll race for the cutest bonuses. I didn't know he'd be favoured for the $3 million Magic Millions guineas 2 years later, so it can happen.
What about in terms of any superstitions, Denise? Race morning, will you do you have any routines? Will you go to the beach? Will you have a nice quiet breakfast, or do you have a special hat or anything? No. Is there any superstitions?
The only thing I really try to do on a Saturday in Sydney is make sure I've got a clean car to go to the races.
A clean car?
I don't know why, but I like to have a clean car.
Okay.
Up here it doesn't matter because we get Ubers and cars, to help us take our group away anyway, to the races I should say. So a clean car doesn't matter so much here, but I like to go to the car wash early on a Saturday morning and make sure I've got a clean car.
There you go. Well, it's always nice to know that we've all got superstitions. You've had a lot of luck at the racetrack. I look forward to seeing how you go today. Very strong sale at the moment, isn't it? It's
huge.
Extremely strong.
Dave, it's very strong. It's difficult to buy the horses that you'd like to come away with, but you've just got to keep turning up and hopefully things open up and maybe we can buy a few more before the end of Saturday.
It's a pleasure to talk to you. It is honestly, it was such a thrill to see you inducted into that Hall of Fame earlier this week. I know it was very special for you. Great to see you get some horses tomorrow, and who knows what's in store for Star Thoroughbreds today.
Thanks very much, Dave. Thank you.
Denise Martin from Star Thoroughbreds. It's been sensational to be here at Magic Millions Day 1. Those top lots we need to keep an eye on, and as I said before we left Barry Bowditch, you can join us today throughout the racing on Sky Racing 2. Of course, on a Wednesday race day, we know on Sky Racing 1 we've got a lot of metro racing coming your way. Obviously a highlight today will be that Warwick Farm meeting in Sydney, but if you are on Sky Racing 2, you'll be able to join us throughout the day. If you don't want to miss a thing, Sky Racing Active, an app you can download for free on the App Store. I'd be jumping on that app right now. You can also use the Sky Racing Active app to be watching other races around the country. And if you've got Apple TV, you can actually hook it up to your television and you can be watching all sorts of things. So there's a lot of content on the Sky Racing Active app. And you've also got the Tab app, one of the best apps in the land, of course, with the Fast Vision for Sky Racing 1, the Fast Vision for Sky Racing 2, and a special dedicated Magic Millions channel as well. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Make sure you join us live here from the Yearling Complex, of course, for the 2024 Magic Millions sale. We'll be back very, very soon.